Gyaneshaya Namaha. Welcome to the 12th class in this series of Mantra Yoga. And we have, as you know, we have subtitled it One Mantra Only. I remember a long time ago, a Swami was jokingly saying, "Oh, we've just got one mantra. I wish we had some more mantras." And that one mantra has to be repeated day in and day out to your whole life. Imagine, the mind likes variety. It does not like to stick to something monotonous. Just one. However good the thing is, the mind after a while gets bored with that. Now this is natural to things which are mundane. When the question of a mantra does come up, is it one? Well, it is one, and yet it is the many. As we have seen it in the previous episode, that one mantra is reflected and refracted and diffracted into thousands and thousands and thousands of repetitions. So today, and we were talking to the Swami, and then he was joking, of course. It's not one. You start with the one, but there are different levels. Ideally, every day you repeat a mantra, that particular mantra, one, which has been given to you, or what mantra you like, you repeat every passing day. It has to become deeper and deeper and deeper. It's like diving in. You dive into the mantra. You've seen scuba divers, they as they dive deeper and deeper and deeper. So what happens? There are environments changing out there. It's obvious. When you're on the surface, your perception of yourself and your surroundings are slightly different. And as you keep on diving deeper and deeper, that is, as you keep on repeating it precisely, articulating the way it has to be done, what happens is it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. And as it gets deeper, the scriptures say what is internal is more subtle, and what is more subtle is more pervasive. See, a gross object out there is more limited. A subtle object is less limited. And the more subtle the mantra becomes, the more it becomes internal, and the more pervasive it becomes. So as you keep on repeating this mantra, what happens is you start diving inside, and you go down deeper and deeper and deeper. In this case, that we are seeing a kind of guys coming down, and it's from the light unto the dark. But in the case of the repetition of the mantra, what happens is it starts with a kind of a mantra has a small weak light, to give a comparison. And as you keep on repeating dedicatedly, devotedly, it becomes more and more luminous. As you get down deeper and deeper and deeper, it becomes more and more luminous. Now, what is this? It becomes powerful also. As we have seen, it becomes more subtle, it becomes more pervasive, it becomes more internal, it becomes more powerful, and it becomes more luminous. You will feel that kind of luminosity of the mantra. The mantra itself is luminous, and that is as it was shedding its light inside, within. Now this light is not like these lights out here. That's a light of the mantra. That's a seed of spirituality which is sprouting up. And as you repeat it, you will start driving great joy. Now, the second thing that happens is, as you repeat it, as we've discussed this before, the speed of the repetition picks up. It's as easy as that. Because what was articulated, the mantra, through the physical instrument, the gross are limited. So what happens is, its speed is always kind of slow. But as you go on getting deeper and deeper inside, what happens is, once it gets into the deeper recesses of the mind, the speed keeps on picking up, faster and faster and faster. You know, the Holy Mother Sri Sharda Devi, she says, nowadays girls are saying, I don't have my time to repeat the mantra, but I was so busy and I used to repeat my mantra for 100,000 times a day. Kind of unbelievable. How is that possible? I mean, it's physically not possible. Here you've got to spend the entire day and not do anything else. But there is a catch here. Once you understand the dynamics of this mantra, then you understand, oh, it had become so deep within her, so internal, so subtle, even subtler than the subtle. That speed had picked up tremendously. And is that just a mechanical? No, it's not a mechanical repetition. Because at that point, your repetition is releasing the mantra's powers. Now, as you keep on repeating this mantra, it's like every day, or there are some who even every time they repeat one mantra, and then they repeat this the second time, and then the same repetition on the third time. It's like they are ascending a ladder, step by step by step by step. This is actually the path, and this is actually the goal. So every time you repeat, you are not repeating it exactly what it was. In Buddhism and in Hinduism also, in Vedanta, like they say, you don't step into the same river 2 times. Or you don't see the same river 2 times. The water has passed, but it's the same river. It is the same river, the waters have changed. It gives you the illusion of a kind of permanence within the change. So every time you are repeating this mantra, what happens is you are, as it were, going a step higher, a notch higher, higher and higher and higher and higher and higher. You don't repeat the mantra, the same mantra 2 times. Now you can understand, oh, not one mantra, only one mantra. Actually, it's one mantra, but it's being repeated gradually on different levels. Now, as you keep on repeating, what happens to you in your psychophysical being? Now, we know that we have a gross body, we have something called a subtle body, and within that subtle body, there is something called a causal body. And behind that causal body is that field of consciousness. We are, as it were, kind of like a few plastic bottles, empty bottles, of course, bubbling up and down the ocean of consciousness. So our bodies, all our three bodies are kind of, right now, it's not completely integrated. And that's the reason why we have all the troubles in life, because we are not integrated. Especially our subconscious mind is thoroughly disintegrated, thoroughly. Things pop up from God knows where. We know, of course, God also knows. But it pops out from your subconsciousness. And you have no control at all over it. It means that all those things are kind of lying strewn about, uncategorized, disorganized, and that is the reason for the disintegration. So once you can understand the idea of integration, when you sit down to meditate, what happens is you find your body and your mind and your soul, as it were, getting integrated. It releases a tremendous kind of, exerts a tremendous power when your body is aligned. You know, you drive a car which is kind of not aligned, its wheels and everything is, you know what happens. It's all kind of noise, vibrations. So when a thing is aligned, properly tuned, all these things about inner awakening happen only then. People say, what is awakening? Well, your body is going this side, your mind is going there, and your intellect is going there, and your senses are going there. First, get a grip on this. Get integrated. The moment you get in all the aspects of your personality and deep personality all integrated, an awakening comes by itself. People say, oh, you must struggle for, yeah, you've got to struggle to integrate it. And what is the integrating factor? The mantra. So it is one, yet it has multiple functions. Functions is, so on the psychophysical plane, you are being integrated. And there's an awakening coming up there. What happens actually to the mantra itself? We had shown you how a person keeps on diving deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. As a person goes deeper and deeper and deeper, comes down to some ground reality. Now, where is the ground of the mantra? You keep on diving and diving. There is no such thing as continuously diving for years and years. There has to be some, you can say, foundation, some bottom. Otherwise, a spiritual life is a big dive, and you don't stop diving. Oh, that's not, it's nothing attractive about being spiritual then. You're constantly diving. Okay. You say, in the question of the mantra itself gets deeper into itself. I want to get this correct. The mantra itself enters into itself as you repeat it. And that is the, you can say, the spark that will enlighten everything. So in the psychophysical body, what's happening is you're getting integrated here. But on the mantra level, that mantra itself is getting into it deeper and deeper. It's like each repetition is like a wheel within a wheel, within a wheel, within a wheel, within a wheel. Every time you repeat, you're getting deeper. But it's a very small mantra. That is a misconception. The mantra has the seed of is the seed of the whole universe. So as it keeps on getting deeper and deeper in the first signs that the mantra is entering into itself happens when you are aware of there are 3 dimensions of the mantra. So the first is called Adhyatma. It's called the internal world. This. Adibhuta, external world. Adidaiva, divine world. So these are the 3, you can say, dimensions of the mantra one realizes as the mantra is getting deeper and deeper. Adhyatma, Atma is now your psychophysical body. This, your body. And Adi is inside. So the first thing that happens is you will find the mantra here become alive. That is it. So it's not only the mantra is here, that dimension is here. Adhyatma means its entity is there in all the bodies. Every single living entity is Adhyatma, internal. And this internal world has to be and is sustained by the external world, always. Nobody lives in a kind of a bubble. It's just impossible. Because to live means you need to breathe, you need to eat, you need to drink water, you need to talk. Everything comes from outside. You just cannot say, I don't want the world, that has nothing to do with me. These are all misconceptions, wrong conceptions of the external world. Your internal world depends on this external. Actually, they are both part of the same thing. It appears internal and external. And that's the reason why they're given as internal world and external world. Adhyatma, Adibhuta. Now, there is a kind of a mystical element in everything. In water, in fire, in air, in just earth, in the human mind. There is something that is transcendent. When you look at a fire burning, so you go camping, don't do that in California, you will have problems. We now have enough of fires. So you just watch the fire. And as you keep on watching it, you'll see that there's an transcendent aspect to that fire. Water, flowing water, anything. There is a kind of an aspect which transcends the ordinary fire, water, earth, air. It's a mind, body, even thoughts. That is the divine realm, that which connects, that which integrates everything together, keeps everything together. It has nothing to do with heaven. Okay. Just wherever there are this one, the others will exist. If there is a Adhyatma, the Adibhuta and the Adidaiva will also exist. So these 3, just keep it in mind. The internal world, the external world, and that which connects the divine. When you keep on repeating this mantra, your perceptions of this mantra will change, or the mantra will change your perceptions. That is much better. You will see this whole universe suffused with divinity. If you can't, If you still, after years and years of repeating the mantra, still say, this world is horrible, this world is miserable, this world is pain, world is suffering, you are not repeating the mantra correctly. It's as simple as that. You will see this inner world, the external world, and everything as divine. That is what is called Adidaiva, the divine world. It's not anything to do with heavens and higher heavens and seventh heavens. We are not satisfied with one heaven. We need gradation, seven heavens. And if I'm going to one heaven, I'm not going to let you in. You go to some other heaven. That's a hell for you. Okay, go. No, it's all here. And this year is realized through the repetition of the mantra. Okay. This is, I think, clear. Now for today's practice, what we are going to do is, we are going to use the mantra Om Gang Ganeshaya Namaha. Okay. Now, it's just a God of success and God of, you can say, one who removes all obstacles, etc. It's just, it's a very complex symbology. It doesn't matter if you believe in Ganesha or no. If you have a mantra, your own mantra, you can use your own mantra. Those who don't have a mantra, you can use this. Okay. Om is the primal seed of the universe. Every mantra has to have that. Gang Ganeshaya Namah. People might pronounce it Gam, but actually it's Gan. Om Gang Ganeshaya Namah. Okay. Now we'll start with a simple repetition. And as we will start with the repetition, we will try to visualize the deity, repeat the mantra mentally, of course, and you can say try to think of its meaning. The meaning, if you can, is just remember, it's like it's a God of success, a God who removes of all obstacles, a God who is lovable, one who is the son of Shiva, one who is wise, one who is a knower of Brahman. Okay. All these. So let's start with it. I would like you to sit down straight. Square your shoulders, please. Keep your neck, head, and your torso in a straight line. Okay. Close your eyes, please. Become aware of your breath. Become aware of the breath with the thought, I am aware of my in-breath. I am aware of my out-breath. Become focused, become aware. Now change that same thought. I know the in-breath. I know the out-breath. focus. Now, quit repeating that mental I know. Just become aware of your breath now. Join your mind to it. Now, open your eyes and look at the screen, please. Gaze at the symbology, the figure. Om, Gang, that's a seed word. It's a very powerful word of Ganesha. And Ganeshaya Namah. Salutations to Ganesha. Om, Gang, salutations to Ganesha. Okay. Now close your eyes, please. Now I want you to repeat this mantra fast. Follow me. Om Gang Ganeshaya Namah. 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 Now pick up faster. Om Gang Ganeshaya Namah. 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 Now slow down. Om Gang Ganeshaya Namah. Om Gang Ganeshaya Namah. Om Gang Ganeshaya Namah. Slower. Om Gang Ganeshaya Namah. Om Gang Ganeshaya Namah. Slow. Om Gang Ganeshaya Namah. Now repeat it mentally, please, at your own comfortable pace. Now take long deep breaths. Stop repeating. Take long deep breaths. And open your eyes, please. I'll tell you why there was a variation in the speed. Generally, as there are many obstacles, physical, psychophysical, external also, you need to push a little hard. And as you keep on pushing, then what happens? The speed then slowly becomes less, you can say fast, and then it becomes comfortable as you keep on repeating. As it becomes deeper and deeper, as I said, you are not repeating it with these instruments. The speed of that mantra keeps on increasing the deeper you go in. Then what happens is your own spiritual nature takes over that repetition. So first you push, and then you slow down, then make it a deliberate repetition, thinking of its meaning and visualizing, and then slowly, as it gets deeper and deeper and deeper, the mantra itself will start then slowly picking up speed. But that speed will be comfortable in the sense of you will not feel any strain. You must have noticed as you are repeating the mantra fast, it was getting a bit strenuous. With mental repetition, as you keep on getting deeper and deeper, everything, your body is becomes still completely, and the mantra kind of starts whirring fast and fast and fast and fast and fast. It takes over the repetition, as it were. There is no conscious, you can say, effort. It has become natural. And that is the beginning of that great integration. Okay. So we stop here for today. We take the questions. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.
So, how does japa, mantra repetition, helps overcome negative thoughts? Negative emotions, sorry.
How? It simply banishes them. It simply cuts them. That's how. So that is the way, and we have been trying to tell. It's not only pushing away the negativity, but it's also keeping you on the path to the divine. Okay.
There is a Swami, once you realize your internal world, the external world is without trouble, and you see all people in a different way. You feel calm and joyful all the time. How can this be possible?
Yeah. Out of trouble, and you see all people in a different way. You feel calm and all. How can this be possible? Well, Connie, try it out. It is just not my, you can say, imaginary thinking. What I've been teaching you for all these days is based on scriptures and based on experience. You will see as the mantra awakens, you awaken, and you will see everything as different. It is possible. So there are a few other questions before. In Sharada Mad book, Mata said japa of 15,000 to 20,000 japa per day. I am unable to concentrate. It takes me 3 to 4 hours a day. Yes. If you can do it with concentration, you'll reduce the time. Anything done with concentration reduces the time. So time and space, they're kind of linked. It's like, so when you concentrate, time kind of contracts. As you see, if you're engaged with something, you won't even know the passing of time. So if you are doing, if she has told you 15 to 20,000, has your teacher told you to do 15 to 20,000? No. So don't think picking up from the book and picking up from that book and say, I will follow this, you'll get yourself into trouble. So what you do is you start with the basic 1008. Okay. Don't go in for 15 or 20,000. Start with 1,000. And after you've done 1,000, time yourself. How long does it take? If it takes you 1.5 hours, Okay, 1 hour, okay. Then you repeat that mantras 1000 times and you'll see the time decreasing for it. But do it properly. You're not in a kind of a race. So once you go in for you can see you've established yourself in 1000, then you can increase it by 1500 or maybe 2000. This is the way. Do it slowly, pick up speed, and that will help you, and it will be less strenuous. Your brain and your mind will not get fatigued. So that is okay. Thank you all. Thank you. Any benefits of meditation before sleep? Oh, plenty. You sleep with those thoughts or divine thoughts, and you wake up with those same divine thoughts. And in the interim period in your sleep, you might get divine dreams or something. You'll sleep deeply. So good, you can keep on meditating. Keep making it. What is subconscious mind according to Vedanta? Oh, what you're not conscious of. As simple as that. You remember now what you had for dinner if you are in India or for breakfast. Now the moment I give you a cue, then you remember, oh yeah. So an external cue comes in from the senses and it arouses old memories. From where do they come? From the layer of the mind which is subconscious. So if you have studied, say suppose you are a doctor, you have studied, okay. Is all your medical knowledge right now on top at this moment? No. But the moment you see a patient, all those medical thoughts will come up to you. Where were they? They were in the subconscious. It's a vast repository of all your thoughts, feelings, emotions, habits, everything is there. Whatever you have said, thought, done, it's all there. That is subconsciousness. Okay. If by mind you mean manas, then mind is a dharma, an objectification of reason. Manas is an object to buddhi. So manas is already a karma vipaka, a secondary knowing. Manas is itself is subconscious. You see, what happens is you're using Buddhistic arguments in the final argument of Buddhism, they also dismiss the whole manas business, the mind. There is no mind. Okay. So there is no knower also. So if you're using Buddhistic arguments, then it will lead you to where it is. Okay. If by mind you mean manas, yes, I'm using the generic term mind for it to be understood by the generality of people, because in the moment you say mind, yeah, it means everything. Your sense of self, your memory, your intelligence, your everything, your cogitation, your perception. I'm using the mind in that term. When you're using it in the time of manas. Manas is a deliberative faculty. I see something and the mind deliberates what exactly, it doubts. It's called sankalpa and vikalpa. It's not sure. When I see a kind of a person standing there in the dark, ready to kind of pounce at me, maybe that guy has got a gun or maybe something like that, I don't know. All those kind of thoughts are coming. But the moment somebody flashes a light on it and I see it's a stump of a tree. Oh my God. So when the moment I see something, that deliberative processes is called manas. And when the buddhi comes in, the intellect, it is definitive. It is not a person, it's a stump of a tree. There it is. So this is what The manas is a dharma and objectification of reason. I don't understand this. Reason is in the intellect, not in the manas. You got this? The deliberative process is in the manas, the mind, according to Vedanta. It's not sure of itself. Then comes the proper perception of the intellect. It is an objectification, or if you want to say, it's more external. That is, it is more external to the intelligence. And intelligence is more external to consciousness. So this is the process of Vedanta. It's a karma vipaka. What is karma vipaka? So manas is already a karma. Your manas has the, you can say, it has been with you for eons and eons and eons. Your mind is part of that collective mind called the samashti man. Your mind is one. And the subconscious thoughts in the mind, in the manas, is called a chitta. So it is what is called, as you say, there is something called a software and then the hardware. The hardware is what you have inherited, and it has been with you for millions of lifetimes. The software that runs this is your habits and thoughts and feelings, and that is karma. And karma vipaka means karma is fruition. It comes into fruition as bodies, species, life, diseases, joy, sorrow, happiness, misery. This is what is called a karma coming into fruition. Okay? So it is from the chitta, deeper aspect of that mind, where all these things come. So manas itself is subconsciousness. The chitta is subconsciousness. When you see a person standing in the dark, your manas, that is the deliberative processes of the mind, is trying to gauge what exactly. It's not subconscious. You're fully conscious of it. I think this is clear. So we are getting mixed up with these technical terms. So the next is okay.
It's from Ritna Ghosh.
Yeah, what's very scientific. Okay.
At times.
Yeah. At times when I repeat mantra, my mind starts to drift as the mantra is almost automatically repeated. Please tell me how to. Oh, you bring your mind again and again. What do you mean drift? You have been drifting all through your life. You are letting your mind, that is, even we have been drifting all our lives. We're drifting away from God. So that is what is practice. There is no silver bullet for this. It has to be done repeatedly. If your mind goes 1,000 times outside, recall it 1,000 times back. That is the idea. Shri Ramakrishna gives the example of a elephant. The Mahut is sitting, the driver is sitting on the elephant, and elephants, like then they see a banana grove with all these luscious bananas, it extends its trunk. And the Mahut, what it does is, it will, with its goad, it will tap the elephant's head, and the elephant will retract its trunk. And then we think the Mahut, the driver, is absent-minded, he'll put his tongue out, the trunk out there. Again, the Mahut. So you are supposed to be like that driver, the Mahut. Okay. So keep an eye on how the mind drifts. Bring it back in. That is done. And once you do it with deliberation, it becomes a habit. The mind will understand it and then return back. It will not go anywhere else. Swamiji, while starting the mantra japa, should we start it with any other mantra like, oh Lord, I'm going to start the japa, or just simply focus on breath and start? No. All prayers are very powerful. So if you can pray, yes, oh Lord, whichever form of God you like, pray to, and say that, yes, I am going to repeat your name. Please help me. And that's the way. I had a lot of series of meditation for beginners, where we started from how to sit and how to breathe, and exactly from about 12 classes are there. So you could go through them to get the whole sequence of what do you do. And then there is a kind of you can say, a sankalpa, or a resolve that I'm going to sit down quietly for half an hour or 1 hour, whatever, and I'm going to concentrate. So that resolve also is part of that process. The feeling of ecstasy that is felt when chanting, I can feel with other mantras I have used. So how do I choose one? So if you're using different mantras, and we have been talking about this, it's just one mantra. Take up one mantra which gives you the maximum ecstasy and do that. It's very easy to. Swamiji, can you suggest any Devi mantra? I can suggest, but then you use the most powerful mantra of a Devi. First, you just use Om Shri Durgayai Namaha. Just, this is a simple. Durga is the mother of all gods. Goddess and the goddesses. Gods and goddesses. She is the mother goddess. Okay. Om Shri Durgayai Namaha. Okay. That will go. That will do. So Buddhi is more conscious than Manas. Yes, Buddhi is more conscious than Manas. Okay. Please look into one of the previous classes in its playlist. He has taught the practice of Om Shri Durga. Yeah, somebody. Thank you, Kumara. Okay. And we have, please explain the phenomena of avatar. Is an avatar different from the individual? Obviously. Obviously. I've been a couple of Sundays, a couple of Sundays before. Here in Hollywood, I spoke of the doctrine of the avatars. Go to a Hollywood playlist on YouTube and find out the doctrine of the avatars and what is the great difference between an ordinary soul and an avatar. Should we chant a mantra to an avatar such as Ram? Of course, you have to chant a mantra. You don't have to chant a mantra to any dog or cat or something like that. As you think, so will you become. So remember that. So if you chant the names that, every morning we say, chant the names of the Lord and His glories unceasingly, that the mirror of the heart may be wiped clean. So take that as a kind of starting point. Okay. There are so many. I love to recite Hare Krishna. However, it is not my Diksha mantra. Does it matter? No, it does not matter at all. You can chant. You can chant both. It's very good. Can you please give us some email address to write to you? Oh my God. Contact a monastic. On our website, we have something, contact a monastic. You can write to us. Then Vedanta.org. Okay. I don't like the expression super consciousness and subconsciousness. I deal with it. Well, super consciousness, you may not like it, but then there is something called a super consciousness, and there is also something called a subconsciousness. Because these are all studies. There's a huge, even before Freud spoke about the unconscious or subconscious, people knew about it, only he kind of popularized it. So there is a huge area of the mind called the subconscious. And the yogis in India, they were well acquainted with another realm of the mind called the super consciousness. That has been formulated in the yoga aphorisms. Okay, how many times mantra will I chant to make a siddhi? How many times? It depends on your personality. Okay, it depends on your energy. It depends on your desire to get liberated. So I might say chant 10 times. But then if when I see you and meet you, they're saying, no, not 10 times. You repeat it 1,000,000 times. Okay, that's good enough. So you will know when the perfection of the mantra is coming forth. Okay, so you will know it. So keep on repeating till you know. Now it's the time. We stop here for today. Om, peace, peace, peace.